respected dignitaries of the stage, Mr. Brahmam and Mrs. Brahmam, and the organizers. I'm not a public speaker, but Spandana called me for 2 minutes to be on the stage, only take and give the awards. So that's why came suddenly, she made a point, you speak something here. Yes, since morning I sat and able to understand that because the challenge to speak before the educators, teachers, I have the phobia before, speaking teachers, always that was in my mind, and Guru Devo Bhava, when you're looking at the teacher, down your head and give the due respect too. Still that is in my mind. Again that, because I got some thought process I can share with the dignitaries and especially the educators I'm talking about. And you could see because morning since digitalization, artificial intelligence, a lot of things we are discussing about that. It's a great to understand, great to know. But today we are looking at the education system that, especially that many schools I know, which I don't want to take the name, that they're conditioning the minds of the children. And 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours are the 24 hours, and they are conditioning the mind. And you can, many corporates, I could see that things. But it's okay, but conditioning, and you want to become a doctor, or the engineer, or the lawyer, or the collector, so fine. But only the doctor, or the engineer, or the lawyer are not fixed for. There are many avenues you could see into that. And as educators, the request is that we are teaching to become a doctor, to become an engineer, software. Today you could say that. Many people you could say that. If I see my journey, I could see many people that I ask that where you go that. I complete my graduation, I complete my master's, then I'll go to US. US is a destiny, and easy life is a destiny. And because we are giving the education to become a great professionals, and also my appeal to the educators, my request to the educators over here, and also you teach the life. Teach the because what they supposed to. Many got a friends in IAS, IPS, and people went for US, but they miserably failed into their personal lives. That is, I think, missing that. And for sure that the schools, because when we are talking about that is a foundation for the kids, foundation for the children. Without that, because the people may grow, and without competency, without skill, without proper foundation, they become overnight. But if you are in India, you're talking about 80 to 90%, I can say that the rest of the 10% people are staying in urban or the semi-urban, privileged to get the great schools. But go back to India, the rural, still the people are, there is no proper guidance, there is no proper education, and the 70 to 80% people are going to become they don't know what they wanted that. They don't know, suddenly because somebody says, because you go here, you go there, and many people you could say that they are underprivileged. End of the day, they are going to be many people I could say, because I don't want to take the names that became I don't say the people they don't know. There is no proper guidance to do the things. There is no proper education system in the village structure, and is missing that. And that place I'm talking about coming back to the urban, and again that the parents and the conditioning things. But here the great role of the teacher to transform. Teacher is a transformer because he is the person changing agent or the person to do the best for the student's career or the planning. I need to be educated, the parents also before the students. My request, my appeal to the educators or the teachers, please you always that what the student wanted to be, I think you allow him to do that. And don't condition the student, you should become a doctor, because I could see many schools over the urban, right from, in India especially that, you become a doctor. There is places like coaching for the doctors, coaching for the IAS, coaching for the IITs, IMTs. From the day when you are conditioning the students, really required? Because it's not the fault of the student, but because of parents because looking at, or their children want to become a doctor, their children are only engineers. And you don't put your thought process Don't put that, what you want to become and don't put into the children's mind. The children may like or may not like, but the role of teacher is to bring the fact of the, the student thing to convey to the, parents, the things. That may, I think, work out that student and the child and the teacher, these three people having a great relation, and I think is going to become we achieve something that. And recently, a small example I'll experience when I was at London School of Economics. I did my postdoctorate in London School of Economics, so I was there. And I could see that the Indian students are far better than the abroad the people are doing in the London School of Economics. Because went for every year I'll go for lecturing. I could see because I am interviewing the two students from the tribal area, place called Warangal, somewhere near Nagaru, Itaram. Just that tribal, they don't know what to speak, what not to speak. The guy failed twice in his 10th class because of his economic conditions, because he used to go to the, a labor work in the morning, come back, complete the education kind of thing. He's failed 3-4 times that. Fortunately, some guidance, some he got a support from the educator like UP, some educator, he's from Delhi sitting over. He took the boy, looking at the boy, you come along with me, I'll take. Then he's given a chance to become intermediate, graduation, whatever that because. But end of the day, that boy is today teaching London School of Economics. His name is Robert, and he is from the tribal area of the Warangal. Fortunately, Christian missionaries supported him to, I think, come himself became. And today he is teaching London School of Economics. He goes to Harvard, Stanford, wherever you go. But ask him, but what made you do? This change you could see. He said that this change, because of my teacher, because of my educator, because of my, the person behind, he looking at me, took me to the heights. I am in the London School of Economics. I go to Harvard, I'll teach, but I'll charge very heavily. The money goes back to the society. That money goes back to the society because I came a small village and I never had a food twice in a day, but never had a clothes in the uniform the day. I went to the government school, but I could not make it. I failed, but I don't know what to do. I want to become a cleaner, because because they want a bread, they fulfill themselves. I want to do something. But because of educators like you, teachers like you, and a motivator like you took him to the place where he is supposed to be. Today, the proud, India says, I am from India and I am teaching that Harvard, Stanford, where he'll go because he's a visiting faculty and he'll charge about $10,000 in a 2-day seminar kind of thing. So, one student is becoming the best in the London School of Economics, best in the elsewhere. But you have so many educators here. Why don't you take as as a challenge kind of, because guide or educate and make them be people to the best. So your role is the great role. If your role applies and people are going to be, or India is going to be, the community is going to be the best in the world. So this is my experience. Just I want to share with you that one educator is makes of the thousands of the people life the better than anybody in that. So my urge, my request that here the educators, yes, and also give that something give back to the society. I used to work with Ratan Tata, this hall, the moment I came to, Spandana told me, sir, in the Ratan Tata hall. Still Ratan Tata, I got surprised. I closely worked with Ratan Tata 5 to 6 years in Bombay House. Used to go TASE or IICT or different institutions we used to go. And I thought because something we should give back to the society. As you know, many people doesn't know that Tata Group gives the 67% of the profit goes back to the community. Indian hotels of the 100% goes back to the community. So my appeal to all the educators sitting over here, or the trainers well versed that give something back to the society, so the people will definitely, one teacher can change hundreds of the people, but also the teachers require the reform themselves and also the transform themselves so that update the things. Today you tell me that, you ask me to, including me also, how many people we are writing the things? We stopped writing. No way. Ask somebody, can you write? No, sir, I don't write, but I'll see the Google. How many people are reading the books? How many people really, because somebody mentioned that the role play, I could see that. She is mentioning about that because the book, Reading and Adventure, how many really because looking at, I am sure that 80 to 90% people forget in the reading. And writing, of course, we don't. In the earlier days, we used to write small letters, small notes kind of thing. But today, you ask anybody, can you tell about something? Immediately, within no time, they'll open the Google. Today, we are at the Google, the place. But it's going to be, of course, I don't say it's a good, I don't say it's a bad. I'm not judgmental over here to say good or a bad. But for sure, the traditional education to the digital also respect the traditional. Still that because thought process generates, ideas generates, and your thinking generates, and from, because we are talking about, here we have the hundreds of the Dronacharyas are here, still need to be, because respect our reading or the writing or the skills, whatever we are talking about. So therefore that, sirs, educators, my appeal one again that you're the people, the foundation to make. You're the people, career planning or growth, you can say, whatever you can say that, you are the people, main instrument for the transformation of the student and in the society to strengthen that. So it's small because I don't know much about it because I'm not an academician, but I'll teach with my experiences, I'll teach from my learnings. And somebody mentioning today morning, you teach and learn, you learn and teach. You teach and learn and teach. That is a great, I think, the concept. Teaching is my passion. I go to IIMs and here and there, London School of Economics. But again, my every day for the learning and my day start with the learning. And of course, I'm fortunate to meet all the educators over here and academicians over here, trainers over here. And today also I started learning something, and it's a great my privilege. And thank you of this organization and the Mr. Brahmaya, and given an opportunity to interact with you, to speak something with you guys. And thank you, thanks a lot. Thank you very much.